son Mother, vamos a darles un aplauso. Hola. Hola. Comenzamos con preguntas.
What is your expectation from here in Mexico?
What is, can you repeat that? Sorry?
Expectations. What are your expectations?
Yeah.
We don't have any expectations.
Yeah, we definitely don't have any expectations. Not because, not anywhere, I don't think. I mean, we've come to know that the Mexican audiences are really responsive, you know, and they love music. So it's always fun to come here, but I wouldn't say that we're like super expectant to like we want anything in that way. It's fun, you know.
Hi guys, here.
Hi.
What's up?
You know, just kind of.
Esa es mi pregunta. Quiero preguntar, ¿cuál es la diferencia de su audiencia en Estados Unidos y su audiencia en México?
What is the difference between your audience here in Mexico and the States?
In Mexico, it seems like people are much more open to brand new music that they have not heard before. And so in the States, people are a little bit more closed and take longer to accept new music. And so it's good for us because we're brand new and nobody knows our music yet. And we have a record coming out in February next year. So playing in Mexico is a good feeling because people are already happy to see us and that they're just like open to experiencing the music for the first time. So.
De que en México pues es más libre, les gusta más venir porque aceptamos más la música de ellos. En Estados Unidos está un poquito más cerrado, como que ya es lo mismo, entonces aquí les gusta porque aceptamos todo lo de ellos. Y ya estamos a gusto con el hecho que ya estén aquí y están felices.
Hi. Any future collaborations you guys like to do with, you know, any Latin American band or Mexican band in here?
It's a cool idea. I don't know. Do we know him?
We never really thought about that. So the answer is yes, we want to do that at some point, but we haven't actually thought.
Like the way that it works with us at this stage, and certainly every stage before, it's like super. It's not that like we're organic and casual about the way we do things, so it's not. We haven't been like seeking out someone to collaborate with, and that you know, it's like we don't have some like higher up being like you should collaborate with this person, you should, you know. So I mean, you know, that's a cool idea, and but it's like we would have to know somebody, we have to meet them.
Who do you think that should collaborate with us?
Café Tacuba, you know them? Café Tacuba.
I've heard of them.
Maybe they can translate our record and do a like Spanish version of our record for us.
That would bother me.
Okay, hi, over here. I was wondering what can we expect from your up-and-coming album? You could tell us a little bit about your up-and-coming album?
Well, we'd love to do that. There's 11 songs. They're all great. They're all really good.
And I don't have the same vibe as the stuff we have out. Yeah, like the whole album is like pretty consistent with itself and the sounds, sonics, and the themes of lyrics and things. So yeah.
Did you see the show that we just played? Yeah, well there you go. Plus one.
Well, we shot a music video on a cargo plane, and it's pretty insane actually. We got really high and the plane almost went down, and a lot of the footage is kind of messed up. So we don't know if we're going to use it, but we want to put that out with the footage out.
We have a lot of stuff we want to release. I mean, like with the album, yeah, I think maybe. Well, okay, so like the show that we just played, that's that's a certain representation of the music, but it's definitely a bit different, you know, on the album. It's a bit more intimate, it's a bit more distilled. You know, the production is meticulous, whereas our live set is heavier and I mean, it has its own thing, but yeah, I don't know how to explain it really. I guess it's February 26th, that's what we can tell you. It comes out on February 26th. And it's available for pre-sale right now. I think now.
I think one of the things to add to what you can expect from the record is this is like a sound that was created organically, like Pan said. It's not. We find it hard ourselves to find a sound that fits like other bands to collaborate with, or because it's a combination of our four influences, and we all come from different backgrounds, soul and punk, rock and roll, and so the record is like a really cool mix of all of that, but wraps in like a very modern and lo-fi, cool electronic production. So it's a journey. It's an album that we've been putting together for the last 2 years. So that's our debut record. So.
Hello. What is your perception of how like new proposals in music like this are standing, or where we'll be in 2016? How is everybody loving this music festival vibe? What is your perception about this?
So, just to make sure that I understand the question, you're saying like, what do we think about the music scene, the music vibe now, like leading into 2016, and how are we changing it? Fucking drastically. We are drastically changing it and contributing greatly to an inconceivable extent and monumental degree. I could use more adjectives. No, I mean, I don't know. That's a good question, but it's hard to answer. It's impossible for us to say, and it's not really our job to say that. I don't think we make the music, and if we're lucky enough for people to want to hear it, that's lovely.
I think something that we're doing, that we're gonna do and have been doing, that it's not different and it's not whatever, but where we were approached with record labels before, and everyone wanted us to get different producers in and to make it extremely poppy and super shiny and very accessible. They wanted us to change it so everyone can make money off of it. And we just said no to everything because this is not what we want to do. Actually, genuinely, we don't want to waste our fucking time playing shit that we don't want to play. So if you like the music, you like it, you can come. We feel good. If you think it sucks, that's fine too. It doesn't matter. You know, I think 99% of the music sucks anyway. So like, if you don't like it, we don't care. But if you like it, it's great. Come share it with us. When we're on stage playing, we actually truly care about what we did because we did everything ourselves. And if we collaborate with a different producer, we'll do it in a very internal kind of in a creative family sort of sense. There's nobody coming in and doing things to our music. So I think the way we move forward is we're going to keep doing things the way we feel fit, and that doesn't mean it's not going to be poppy. That doesn't mean it's not going to be abstract. It means that's just what we want to do. And I feel like a lot of artists are kind of doing that. They're starting to push, because now there's SoundCloud and all this stuff, and you can put whatever you want out. You don't need the support of a corporation, you know? So I think people are kind of leaning towards that way, and we have definitely been on that kick for probably our whole lives, but especially now, we're not going to do anything we don't want to do, so we will contribute by keeping it as real as we fucking can. And you know, if we gotta work at a bar to make money, that's fine, we'll do it, but we're not going to fuck with our music because that's all we have.
I'm not going to work at a bar.
He's not going to work at well, he won't even work at a bar. He'll be fine.
I might just make movies again.
Me and Darren are fucked. He's pretty good looking. He'll figure it out. But it's cool for playing music festivals first before anyone's heard us, because then we can come back and play like our own show at a club or something, you know? So being introduced to Mexico, we played Corona Capital 2 weeks ago, and now Live Out Festival. It's a great introduction for Mother to Mexico, because there's lots of people. It's posters everywhere. It's like people can see the name, and then we come back by ourselves next year, and then there's a better chance we can play like at a club, small club, and people will come. pretty lucky to play festivals as a band with no records, so we're pretty happy to be here.
The one thing I'd add to that is it's like, you know, you asked when are we contributing. It's hard to say, but if anything, maybe just to whatever degree we can, some authenticity, you know, it's a drop in an ocean, but I mean, that's like, there really is no business to what we do, and I'm actually kind of realizing it as I'm saying it, because this is, like what's happening right here is very, it seems like all of a sudden something's official, and presumably at least some of you care, maybe, I think, about what we're saying and doing, so if that's true, that's awesome. And we've only gotten here doing it in a way that is truthful and authentic and never putting the wrong thing first, you know, I mean, it's always about the music, it's always about what we're creating, so, you know, I mean, if that's a contribution, then that's it.
Just one more question over here.
Hi, I'm in the end. You know, we have each year, each decade, each time we have a different text for the music. For example, in the 80s was glam rock and heavy metal. Right now it's indie rock. Maybe in the next year or the next decade, you think we're going to have a new name for the music, for the rock? I hear several times organic music.
I don't know that I mean, it's hard to know what the label would be, but I definitely know that the way all of music is being influenced by rap now is like huge, and that extends into what we would call R&B or soul. I mean, everything you hear now, particularly, I mean, the music that we make, because it's the age that we were when we were growing up, like we're so influenced by R&B in the way it was in the 90s that I think, like, you know, a lot of rock now sounds like R&B, and a lot of R&B sounds like rap, and rap sounds like it's being made in space. And, you know, so with generations and genres, I think you're seeing like less and less of the ability to define when and what, because it's like the internet. But the internet did change everything. And now you're really seeing it fluid. And it's just like there's no genre, there's no generation. It's just happening. And
I think it's okay to not label it. They'll label it. Everyone will label it, but it's fine. It doesn't. You know, there's too many groups. And each group's on the internet. You can find anything. And I think it's just going to become like band names are becoming their own brand now. It's just everything. It's its own fucking thing. So like, you don't have to call it rock. It's like. That is
it's music.
That is the Glasses. That's the band. Everyone knows what the fucking Glasses is. Actually, you don't even put it in a category. You know, it's pretty good. You don't even put it in a category. It's just a thing. It's its own thing, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. I don't like the word friend, but it's all you do it all. It's your whole world, and you create it, and you expand, and you do whatever you want internally, and that's your fucking thing. And I think that's a good place to be because you don't need the help of, you know, millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah, I think in the 80s and 90s it was you were only able to make records if you got signed or discovered, and then the record label could afford to pay to make a record for you in a big studio with drums and fucking millions of dollars, like Jimmy said. And now we made a record on a $500 computer inside a bedroom. So there's a bad side and a good side. Like, we're potentially contributing to the downfall of like recording studios, but the future is all do it yourself, and that's just going to make it better because the public will decide what's good and what's shit, not the record label. The record label's not going to tell you this is what you have to hear on the radio station. The public now has the choice, and it's an even playing field. And so a band like us, like Mother, like an unknown band, could be heard by the whole world, whereas in the 90s, maybe we wouldn't have a chance.